What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. It is the sixth element of hip hop, y'all, and I'm your host, Reno. This is my co-host, Stu Dog, and we got a special guest in the house. Masher is back. What's good, Mash?
What's going on, everybody?
And I
How we
see,
doing tonight?
yeah, man, look at Master with the super dope background, trying to get like Reno.
I see you changed your background up a little bit. What's going on?
A little bit, yeah. I've made a few changes down here since the last time I was on. We're gonna have to do a tour one night.
Oh yeah, and listen, guys, listen. I said he was trying to get like Reno. That was a big fucking joke. This man's collection, his collection is insane, bro. I wish I was like, man. I wish I had.
There's a lot of props back there, Masher.
I'm telling you, that's nothing.
I've only got a couple more down here.
Yeah.
A lot of pops.
Yeah.
How's baby?
Good. She's getting big. Just turned 10 months.
Yeah. Okay. Is she dunking the basketball yet? Anything like that?
It's feeling like it. She's been standing up. But actually, she was standing up at her little toy chest a couple minutes ago, and it looks like she's about ready to start training for MMA. She has like a little blow up thing that she was just freaking dropping haymakers on.
Nice.
But yeah, she's getting big. She's good.
Yeah, we'll get it in.
Grow up too damn fast.
Yeah.
Listen, it goes by fast. Me and Reno can tell you faster than you know.
Mm-hmm. But knock on wood, she's actually gone 2 weeks without getting sick, so we're going strong.
That's awesome, bro. What is she? What causes her to get sick a lot?
Well, she was technically a preemie, and when she was born, she had it was an issue with her kidney, so she was super jaundiced. She had to spend like the first 3 days under like the UV light to try to build up. So, and then she started at daycare, and of course, it's a big freaking germ pool there. So she was 4 months, I think, when she got when RSV was really bad. She got RSV, and then she got COVID at the same time. So she was a happy camper for a few weeks.
Jeez.
But she's she took it like a champ, much better than probably I would have if I was her. So
bro, she's
on that one.
Yeah, bro. I mean, an infant to fight off COVID, man. That's awesome. And I think honestly, bro, she's just getting stronger. It's just building her immunity. I mean, when we fight off diseases, guys, without using antibiotics and whatnot, that helps your body.
Yeah,
that makes you stronger. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Sorry about that. So the reason Mash is on tonight is because we all have just been blown away by this new Flash trailer, and we've been talking about how dope it is and everything, and Mash saw me talking about how it looks really dope, and Mash said, man, we got to talk. I got some things to talk about. So, but yeah, man, I'm not gonna show the trailer. I know we usually do. I think everybody's seen it. I don't want to get shut down at the beginning of the show.
Yep.
But if you haven't seen
how they do it, we gotta find out how they do that.
Yeah.
I think it's considered commentary if you pause and talk and then play and then pause and talk. I think that's a little loophole from the copyright.
That's true. And yeah, I mean, we can do that. I can do that. Because honestly, there's no point in going into this if you guys haven't seen it, because it is amazing. Let's see. Flash.
Yeah, we always trying to find a way to get around that, man, because we even watched one night, no lie, we watched one night where dudes were doing a live stream of a trailer, and I was like, yo, well, we gotta get it was
but that's what it is. They were talking over it.
They were talking over it, right? Because I had turned the game on. We were doing the show, and I wanted to see the score of the game, so I just turned it on. And I see these dudes talk, so let me turn it up. So I turn it up, and they're talking about watching the trailer for Star Wars that's coming during it. I said, yeah, they're doing a trailer, doing a halftime show. So we just, I think, then we streamed their stream or something like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we ran their stream. So
yeah,
it was all good.
Well, all right. So here's the Flash trailer. Let me see. I want to be able to control it while I. All right. Well, I can, but I'm gonna have to be over here. All right. So let's run the Flash. This is the Flash, the official trailer, the second trailer. If you haven't seen it yet, strap in. It's phenomenal.
Yes.
Some great features. Like honestly, the first trailer made me a little concerned for how old Keaton kind of looked in the cowl. I was like, man, this is kind of gonna be
this trailer
cheesy.
Fixed all of that. This trailer fixed all that.
It did.
Yeah.
Want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts.
Here we go.
Let's get nuts.
I lost my parents.
It's a dope intro.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you got the.
Made me who I am.
I think they should have led it with this. This should have been the first trailer. Another one should have been the second.
You know, I'm saying, bro, this shit. Look, the Batwing descending down
like a real bat, like a real
Come
bat
on.
hanging from the
They didn't do that in '89. We didn't see that in '89.
We didn't get none of that.
Batwing.
They didn't have the
We
technology in '89,
Right.
but it was still better.
No, wait, Masher.
Still better.
They didn't have the money in '89. That's what it was.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah,
Tim Burton didn't
no.
have WB money on that.
they didn't have the money.
Right.
They didn't have the money to pay for that in '89. Let's just show the Batwing already flying and we're good to go.
Yeah, man. So this is cool. Coming down and the wings folding out. It's really dope. And it makes me want the toy even more. Because McFarlane has put out the Batwing toy, the really affordable one, like the Batmobile is like $60. I mean, honestly, the 7-inch figure vehicles tend to be in the $300 or $400 range because they're always some HasLab project, you know, because they're huge. But yeah, this was cool. It's coming out DC Multiverse.
Look at that. You see the wings unfolding? It's getting into position to take off. I need one of those on my property.
Now, is that Bruce Wayne with the long hair? You think that's Keaton? You think he's got long hair and then he cuts it? Like this is him coming down in the cave, like
I think it's him. I think it's him blowing the dust off of the suits.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I gotta get back into action.
That's
all right, let's get it popping. Yeah.
That's what I thought. And there's some cool suits here too that we didn't get to see in '89.
You can see the upgrades, right? These should be the upgrades that he made since the first one in '89.
Yeah,
so, he's probably looking at them. He's probably like, all right, it's time to get nuts. I gotta cut my hair and get nuts.
Yeah, get nuts. Yeah, there's a scuba one there, or it's either some gas mask one, definitely some breathing apparatus on one of them I can see. Other one, this one kind of all the way towards the end, the far right. I don't know. It almost looks like a knight,
Yo, that looks like McFarlane did a toy for that. That looks like the I don't know the name of it. Batman.
Guys,
McFarlane did a toy for that.
I just noticed some shit, dog. That's making me hella happy right now. All right, let me see if I can blow this up. I'm gonna try and get this and see if we can put this on the screen because I am hype right now. Hold on, give me back my. Y'all ain't gonna play with me, man. Here we go. All right, y'all are like
the weapons in the background.
Yeah, exactly. The weapons in the background is super dope. And if you notice, far left, I had to blow it up. Those look like pistol holes. Those look like pistol grips coming out.
Oh, you're right.
Cross drawing, Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right there. Yeah.
Those look like pistols right there, bro.
That's a good eye. Now I see it after you've blown up. Now it's pointed out. But yeah, I didn't catch that the first time.
Yeah, because it's just little shine, but that looks I'm fucking almost positive those are pistol grips coming out. Look like cross draw holsters. Which we know because Flashpoint is based on, or sorry, this movie is based on Yeah, I'm fucking up. This movie's based on Flashpoint. The comic, it's supposed to be, right? It's Flash loosely, and that's my biggest gripe with it. Was my biggest gripe because at first I was like, oh man, they're making Flashpoint, fuck yeah, and then I see like, wait a minute, there's no Thomas Wayne and there's no Martha Wayne as Joker and there's no Eobard Thawne, and it's like, wait a minute, this isn't even Flashpoint. And my biggest issue with that is I love Thomas Wayne. I love that character from Flashpoint, that Bruce Wayne's there. He got the guns. He doesn't care. He kills bad guys. He's just like the Punisher with the Batman suit. I fucking love that. And so I guess they were like, maybe they were gonna do that movie, and then maybe they were like, man, it'd be really cool. Everybody's really wants to see Keaton and blah blah blah, or bringing back an old Batman. Everybody's into nostalgia right now. Maybe we just make it Keaton and give everybody Keaton instead, which I'm not happy about that. That's not like.
I would love to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan play as Thomas Wayne on that.
Bro,
that was like have him reprise that role.
Yeah, because we're not gonna get Batfleck. We're not gonna get Batfleck.
And Batfleck's in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Briefly, I don't know what all he's gonna do, which was cool. Because honestly, I feel bad for Batfleck because he just suffered from terrible writing and bad movies. Because he, in my opinion, plays a great fucking Bruce Wayne. I loved his Bruce Wayne.
I think he did a really good job with that.
Yeah,
he did. He really did.
And if there's anything that Michael Keaton has taught us, playing Batman is all about playing Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. And
the real key is separating the two.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to play two different characters in order to play Bruce Wayne and Batman.
And yeah, I feel like Christian Bale lacked in that, in my opinion. Honestly, like I'm not the biggest of the Nolan Ryan movies. I'm not the biggest fan of those. I hated the Joel Schumacher stuff because it was way too goofy, and I didn't like the Nolan stuff because it was just too realistic. It didn't have any comic-y flair to it. Nothing was interesting. But I'm not saying I didn't like them. Now I like the movies. They're good, great movies and everything. It's just like it's not my perfect Batman movie.
Batman, Reno, not to cut you off, Duke Thomas right there on the end. That's that Batman.
Duke Thomas?
Duke Thomas Batman.
Oh yeah.
Duke Thomas Batman. That's the one they made a figure out of that one. And
wait, what's Duke Thomas?
That suit right there looks like the Duke Thomas that McFarlane Duke Thomas, that's what that suit looked like.
With the one with the knight? Yeah, the one on the far right.
Duke Thomas joint. Yeah.
Yeah. It does a little bit because it does kind of reminds me of like a knight shield mask. The knight. You know how knight, like a knight of armor has the suit of armor. They lift the
helmet,
shield, fucking helmet, the face mask thing. Yeah, I mean there it is. Let me blow it up though, because see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's kind of a shitty angle. Yeah, there it is from the side. Yeah. Whatever. There it is. All right. So yeah, I mean you can kind of tell, but I know this has to be really frustrating for people. Let's get through this. Let's try and get through this trailer. All right. God. All right. Woo.
I can't imagine what you've been through. I love you, Mickey. You lost both parents in one day.
Now is that Barry? That's Barry right there. That's his mom.
Yeah, that's little young Barry. Yeah. And I'm hearing a lot that people are really saying that what's his name? Ezra Miller killed it. They're like, he really killed it. Like he played the two Flashes, he murked that shit. Like he like aside from all the crazy weird shit he's been doing, like they're saying
See, I hate Ezra Miller. I'm going to go on the record and say I absolutely hate him. And like I even separating, because I like to separate the art from the artist. So like I don't agree with a lot of Chris Evans, what's his face, Mark Ruffalo, and a whole lot of other actors, like politically on certain things. Mm-hmm. But I have learned to separate art from artists, because you can't discredit someone who is a good actor just because you don't agree with them outside of that.
Right.
The stuff that Ezra Miller did, I find it impossible for me personally to separate the two. And I just even outside of that, I never liked him in the role of the Flash. He just to me does not embody what I imagine the character being. He runs so dumb. Like I hated what I was so
like he's gonna fall over, right? He runs like he's about to fall.
He's all clumsy and shit.
Like I just rewatched the clip of him, like the end of what was it, Justice League, when he raised Superman, and he's all like flimsying around. I'm just like, oh god, like you're killing it right now, and not in a good way. So, and that's why I couldn't believe they actually continued with the movie after everything with Ezra Miller. But
well, okay, so that
politics
is all
aside, I just can't believe that.
And that's 100%.
We can't get back.
Had so much money invested, and we can't get back.
And we can't get Batgirl, which was already finished, shot and everything, edited the whole 9, but we can't get back.
It's a tragedy.
I can try to save my parents, but instead,
right there.
Yeah, I like the new suit a little better. The Flash suit. It's not so much of a bicycle helmet.
Better. Yes, I like it.
That bicycle helmet shit.
I will concede to that.
must die.
Yo,
Zod.
I love Zod, man. I love Zod, man.
And I love Michael Shannon Zod, Like I love that.
I love that Zod.
I've always been so torn. I like him. I like it. It's just, I don't know, just something about like when I look at him, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. But
Michael Shannon,
he does a good job. Yeah.
Okay. Cause you're trying to compare it to the Zod from the 80s.
Fair enough. Yep.
And that's a whole different kind of character.
And the crazy part, he did a good job as well. Like his Zod.
That was awesome. His Zod was iconic.
Yeah, it was. And he had the accent. You know what I mean? He's like, Dodge Superman. He had that.
All villains in the 80s had a British accent.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Bow, kneel before Zod.
Kneel before Zod. Yeah, man, that was just crucial. So this is saddening because they've replaced now Cavill's Superman with this Superwoman character, which again, this is diverting from Flashpoint. I do not have a problem with a female character. Please don't come at me like that. I just have a problem with bad writing. But hopefully,
in your defense, Reno, there are iterations in the comics where Supergirl, and this is on Earth Prime, arrives before Superman does. And not only did she arrive before him, she's actually supposed to be younger than him, but she wound up being older than him for some reason. Like in the comics, I don't even know how to explain that.
They explained it by quantum space type shit, traveling the space, traveling and whatever. She aged more or whatever, type of thing.
Right.
Which I'm right there with you. Sorry, I was gonna say I'm right there with you. Like I have no problem with them bringing in a Supergirl character into the broader universe.
Yeah.
But tearing away from what is actually supposed to be Flashpoint. It's not supposed to be Supergirl. It's supposed to be Superman, and I wish they would have stuck with that. I feel like they did it intentionally, to push in a female character. Which, if that's their intention, that's kind of shitty. If they're gonna do her, like if she's gonna come out and kick ass and just play a good role, okay, I'll forgive the fact that did not happen in actual Flashpoint. If she, if the character is good, if it's a good writing, good acting, then all right, we might be able to see past it.
Right. So, all right, I'm sorry. Let's keep playing because I got more to say.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
One more time. One more time.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
This is dope right here. I like this.
Yeah, that is sick. That is dope.
Yeah.
So me and my son were laughing our asses off at this little slide up because it looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really bad. When you really look, it looks like they're floating in midair. The CGI is poorly done. Again, I'm hoping this is just a trailer and they're gonna tighten it up.
Mm-hmm.
But this and that goofy flash. So what Keaton or what Barry Allen does is he takes Keaton Batman suit and he changes it, morphs it into a Flash suit. It looks really wonky and goofy, and that's what you see all the way on the far right. You see how it's all fat and thick around the neck?
Oh my God.
It's the Batman suit.
Yeah.
It's literally he paints the lightning bolt over the emblem, the bat emblem, literally with like paint. He paints I think he paints something on the boots. But yeah, he takes literally Keaton's back, cuts the ears off, and totally modifies it to be a Flash suit. I'm not really sure why they did this. I guess we'll have to wait and see in the movie because this has nothing to do with Flashpoint that I remember.
Well, if you remember the animated cartoon when like Thomas Wayne gives him a Ebon Thawne suit and he goes, does it and then changes it to his classic red.
Right.
So I don't know if they're maybe trying to like do touchback to
that's
that.
a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. No, because I was thinking like, when did he ever take Batman's suit and change it?
I don't remember.
He didn't do that.
What is this for the movie? This is for the movie. Because he never did it in the comics, so this is just for the movie. This is a Hollywood thing because they could find no other way to explain it. So this is Hollywood at its best. Because I'm pretty sure Batman is a billionaire in Flashpoint. He's a billionaire in regular Point, which means that he could have just had him a suit made like he made all the other suits.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait to see the movie to find out why this happened. To be honest.
To undo what I did. It was scarred perhaps. It was real. I'm going to go back and fix them.
Batfleck.
Geometric tragedy defined.
Look at Zod, man. Look at Batman. Oh, Batman.
I gotta resist. I didn't want to pause it because this is really epic. This is where the trailer starts to look amazing. Like, this is where I'm gonna run it back. This is where the trailer starts to make me feel like, oh shit, this movie is gonna be dope. Right here. This is where I start to be like, oh shit.
Geometric tragedy defined.
Yeah, the thing is, does Zod know? Does he know Kal-El?
You know what I mean?
Because he knew who Kal-El was.
Yeah.
Does he know Kal-El?
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that shit.
Look at that. Woo! Yeah, look at that. Look at Batman. Like, all right. Oh, that's him in the bat suit right there. Oh, that's Zod.
Yeah.
Look
at that.
Non. That looked like Non right there. That bust through the.
I think that was Zod.
Nah, that looked like Non. I thought that was Non. Yeah. See how big he is? Zod's not that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, Non is the big guy. It was always Zod and Ursa. So that looked like
you're
Non.
right. Yeah, you're right. You're right, bro. Damn, you're right, bro. I fucking straight up thought that was Zod, bro. That's your boy. That's big dude.
Yeah, that's Non.
Nom, N-O-M?
N-O-N. Nah.
Non, N-O-N. Okay. I never knew the big dude's name.
Yeah, it's Zod, Non, and Ursa all.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah, he's way bigger. Dude, that dude's huge. He's massive. He's got like 21-inch guns. Yeah. And then Batman's got this like firm cape. The cape turns solid, hard. Like that's some Christian Bale shit.
Yeah.
He loved it. He was like, "Woo!"
Yeah, he was like, "Where's your parachute?" He was like, he just smiled like, "I'll see y'all
He's like,
later."
"Woo!" All right, so here is Flashpoint. If anybody's curious about, and I'm interesting that it's interesting that they would do this masher because I'm surprised that they would want anyone to know how drastically different.
Read how it's actually supposed to be, and then try to come see the movie.
Yeah, look how bad we did, basically. Here we go. Yeah, but let me blow it up because I really do want people to check this out. It's called Flashpoint, just like that. It looks like they're also the New 52 Flash on the right, and then the Flash Fastest Man Alive on the left. I think that's just a magazine. I'm not sure. Optical or some shit. I don't know. But Flashpoint in the middle, it's a big crossover event. So there's a Flashpoint. I think that it crosses over to a couple of other DC titles as well. All right, guys. So there it is. We've seen it. That's the thing. And honestly, there are a lot of reviews already, and let me see what we got. They are really like, all right, all right. So the Flash, it was what do you call it? Previewed in CinemaCon with Warner Brothers screening at the DC Film for the theater owners. About, this is like 2 months ahead of it coming out, June 16th. And the Flash has been the talk of the convention. And earlier in the day, Warner's made the film the closer of its big presentation for the event. And so with Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav saying of the feature, he said, "It's the best superhero movie I've ever seen." He's watched it 3 times. Peter Safran,
lucky him.
I know, right? Peter Safran, co-head of DC Studios, praised Ezra Miller ahead of the screening, as did the director, Andy Muschietti, who said, I discovered they are an incredible comedian and also handled all the action required for a big spectacle like this. They wanted to do all the stunts, and I let them. He means he and him, but whatever. Ezra Miller stars in dual roles, so he's playing 2 Barry Allens, which I don't even think he played a good Barry Allen when he just played 1 Barry Allen. So now we're getting 2 Barry Allens. But my big gripe is that Barry Allen is more stoic. He's more solid, like he's more clear, like level-headed. I just feel like he's more of a guy that I could come up to and like know he's gonna give me good advice. You know what I mean? Like he's like a cop. He's the opposite of Ezra Miller's neurotic, goofy, anxious, whatever portrayal. So like that's my thing with it.
I think they should have had Grant Gustin do it. I think in the CW
100%.
show, he's fantastic.
Everybody wants that. Yeah, everybody wants him.
Yeah.
Everybody wants him, but they just won't give him to us. And when do we ever get what we want? So
yeah, I mean, honestly, like I think he does a very awesome job at being serious, being goofy and like dropping jokes, things like that. But yeah, like you said, he's somebody you can go up to and know you're going to get clear-headed level advice from. He knows how to play the emotions and how to like come back and kick ass. And I think overall he should have done it, not Ezra Miller. Or if you're gonna try to make this a little bit better, bring Grant Gustin in as the second Flash.
That's what
that would have been dope.
That would have made sense. Yeah, and then they could have kept Ezra like they wanted to for whatever reason that is, because that's a weird thing. But everybody thought they should have recast him. So, but anyway, so that's who we got. Keaton's there, Affleck is there, playing different versions of Batman. Sasha Cale is Supergirl, and Michael Shannon, who I'm a big fan of. Like, I think Michael Shannon is dope. I've been a fan of him ever since Boardwalk Empire, when he was the pro-he that went rogue. He's just got a big ass head. He just looks very like bizarre almost, and he's just got a very weird way about himself. He's just got a very weird, unique style of acting. He's just but I don't know. He's just weird. Like if you check out the stuff he's done, I mean, he just played some country singer right now. And now he's playing a Fed in the Waco.
Oh yeah,
David.
that's right.
Yeah. And that shit's actually really
Yeah.
good right now. I've been watching that. It's like I think 2 episodes out. So that's really good. But yeah, I'm a fan of him. Him and Mads Mikkelsen, 2 dudes that are like really weird dudes that look weird and just have weird ways about them, and I like that. I don't know, something about it. It's just cool to me. And then and he's Zod again from Man of Steel. And basically the film comes after a very tumultuous 2022 for Ezra Miller, who was again arrested a bunch of times and subject of many controversies and weird kidnapping and like weird shit, and culminating in him basically issuing a statement August 15th apologizing for the weird behavior, saying that he would receive help for complex mental issues. And then in January, Safran told the reporters that the possibility of the actor reprising the role in the future, he said, Ezra is completely committed to their recovery, and we are very supportive of that journey that they are on right now. And when the time is right, when they are ready to have that discussion, we'll all figure out what's the best path moving forward. And observers on the ground at the CinemaCon note that the Warners knows it has a winner on its hands with this movie. This movie is definitely going to be a huge success. It's not going to flop. Whether we think it's the best or one of the best superhero movies of all time or not, it's going to be a huge blockbuster.
I am not about cancel culture, and like, if somebody makes a mistake, oh, you got to kick them out. They can't do this, do that anymore. But when you have, with his investigation in Massachusetts with the 12-year-old child,
exactly,
there are some lines I feel that you should not be able to cross and still have that opportunity to come back. Hey, see that?
This is true.
I agree. Sato.
Okay.
Hello.
But yeah, no, this is one of those cases where I say, no, yeah, he should have been thrown out. I mean, the dude should be in jail.
Yeah,
he
honestly.
should 100%.
Anybody else would.
Or at the very least, he should be institutionalized in a mental hospital to receive the care that he clearly needs. I mean, I am 100% for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't care to see him get beat a little bit for, messing around with children, but that's just my personal belief. I don't condone violence at all, but, just imaginary kind of thing.
Sure.
But no, he needs help. He needs help. They should not be pushing this.
He does, and I think, like, I don't know what message this sends. That's another thing. Like, I don't know.
It sends that it's acceptable behavior.
Right.
That's the message.
You know what?
When money's involved,
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play double-edged sword here. I think that it's good and it's bad because look at it like this: the Jonathan Majors thing. Now Marvel's got him up in the air for what?
Hold on. I don't want to go there yet. Let's get into that.
I'm not going deep in the weeds on it. I'm just giving an example of how Ezra Miller's situation was just all over the place. Like literally, he should have just been like, "Let's drop this guy. He's not focused on what he has to do. We trying to make this movie, trying to make this money." Where Jonathan Majors was focused on the movie, making the money, and he's up in the air. But Ezra was never up in the air, like ever. He was never up in the air. They wanted to finish the project with him. Listen, he could have stole a helicopter, shot up a high school, landed on top of the high school, went in there, heated up a pizza, got back in the helicopter, crashed it, and walked to the movie site 2 days later and still made the movie and been okay. I don't get it. Cancel culture needs to cancel the people that need to be canceled.
The company.
Yeah.
that speaks more to the company and what they're willing to allow, which is why it's like, I personally, there's nothing about this movie where it's like, I gotta go pay to see it. Because if I pay to see it at this point, I'm supporting WB, and I'm not supporting a company that's like allowing this person to commit, not allowing, but this person has created chaos and they're not applying a consequence. Like, I'm good. But even beyond that, though, like other things.
When he come on screen, you can just go like this. Whenever he comes on screen, just go like this.
But no, I see what you're saying. Her money would be going to support
2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and beyond that, though, because like my disinterest is like not just because of that, though. It's not just because of that. I mean, obviously that's a big thing, but like it's also like just the actual movie itself and like what's the elements of the Flashpoint story that they're deciding to use. Like they're keeping out staples like Thomas Wayne and the Wonder Woman and
Thomas Wayne.
The Wonder Woman and Aquaman war that was happening.
Yeah, I can't even believe that didn't even
there was no reason to do that. Yeah,
totally
you know, I can't. I don't understand how we don't.
She got a point. She has a great point. Because if you're gonna reboot this universe, right? I mean, totally reboot it, like they're trying to do. This would be the movie to do it with. You could recast Aquaman. You could do everything you want to do, and then make these other movies. You could redo because Aquaman movie at this point, I don't think it's gonna get made. I don't even think it's gonna come out, and they're far in the production. I just don't think
multiverse of madness. This is their opportunity to retcon everything, change everything, you know, upgrade, reboot, all of that. And I think they are dropping the ball on that. And this is going to be a throwaway movie. It's going to be a big success, sure, but then that's going to be it. There's nothing to follow up on it because they've got all these new plans and that's it. So it's like a one and done, one shot, and you know they don't like that shit. So you know, but, hey,
nah, they don't.
They shouldn't recast Wonder Woman though. Gal Gadot. I mean,
yeah, she was. Yeah, I mean, she's
not only because she is a very attractive woman, but because she just killed that role.
I think
she did kill it. She did kill it. I agree with you on that. She did kill it.
She just can't act for anything, but visually.
Yeah, I know. Sada don't like.
Yeah, Sada
don't like her, really? Okay.
Nah, Masher.
No, I'm
gonna let you know a little secret.
Visually,
it's hard. Sada's hard. She's hard.
No,
she's hard on the characters. She's hard on them.
No. Visually, she's great. She just can't act worth anything, in my opinion. So it's hard to kind of fully buy her, but like. You know, looking at her, she's great. She's great as Wonder Woman. So it's just that.
No doubt. Sada's hard, Masher. Sada hard.
But I also don't want them to recast. That's the funny thing about it is I don't want them to recast. I don't want them to get rid of Gal Gadot. I feel like.
Oh really?
I think they should keep her for a little bit.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they should keep her too. I feel the same way.
Keep her for a little
and
bit.
It seems like they're trying everything to not keep her.
If they do keep her, and then they, what about Cavill and Momoa? And it's like, how can you keep some, but tell me you can't keep Cavill because you're changing everybody, but then you don't change everybody, and then it's like, people are.
Well, wait, James Gunn did say
that
there's not a. He did say that they can. He did say that they can use Cavill in the future. That's what he said. He never said he was all the way out. He just said, but he's
what
not
they're
doing now. He's not Superman for what they're doing now.
Superman. That's the thing. But. It is it's sad, but we got to move on. A lot of people on Twitter are saying about this movie. Eric Davis, Flash is tremendous. He said, "Forget DC. It is without a doubt among the best superhero films ever made. An all-timer, inventive storytelling, fantastic action sequences, great cast, so many nerdy details. I'm in tears at the end. Everything you want from a superhero film and more." Scott Menzel, The Flash is hands down one of the best superhero films of all time. No joke.
Damn.
Flash is the ultimate movie-going experience. It has a little bit of everything: action, emotion, heart, humor, and plenty of nostalgia. Ezra Miller is phenomenal as dual Barry Allens. Michael Key, he goes on. Jordan Hoffman said, The Flash, far more madcap than I expected. Really nailed what reading a 5-issue crossover comic book is like. Tons of Ezra Miller being zany and time paradox stuff. Nerds will lose their minds at the ending and the beginning and middle. Comics. Just word comics. So he's saying nerds are going to love it. The ending, something, and everyone's talking about this ending. Is very epic.
I heard they changed the ending. I heard the ending got changed. What it is now, it was something different. Yeah, I read that like a week ago. Yeah.
Whatever it is, everybody's talking, everybody's raving over it. Just watch Flash of CinemaCon. It has some stuff in it you will not believe, and it showcases more of Barry Allen's powers. It is indeed one of DC's best and fits nicely as a bridge story between the old and new DCU franchises. It's also the funniest DC movie. Let's see. And this is weird because this is a movie that I think we all thought was gonna suck. I know Sada didn't even think it was gonna come out.
Oh yeah.
So
I was banking on it not coming out.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
I was like, it's
yes, I
not
was
coming.
banking on-
Like, sorry,
Yeah,
you
she
know.
stamped it and everything.
I
And-
did, and I gotta eat crow.
But hey, let's, you know, maybe it'll be, maybe it'll keep surprising us and
Oh.
be good. I mean,
Okay.
listen, anything can happen. Already, this trailer has blown me away. Like, this trailer is way better than I thought it was gonna be. Way
Well,
better than I thought it was.
If you take the Flash out of the trailer, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks
Honestly,
spectacular.
no, that's funny you said that, because I did an Instagram reel, and that's exactly what I did. I took all the Ezra Miller parts out, and I was like, this is gonna be dope. For the most part, but yeah.
Just having the multi Batmans, you know, bring Henry Cavill back as Superman, have him and
They should've,
Supergirl.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Bring in
fantastic.
Aquaman. It just have everything they did, but just take out Flash.
Right.
I
Far
mean,
superior movie.
I won't say the reactions that you read off. I'm not going to say they're not genuine, but I'm also not going to sit here and say that they're just 100% truth, because a lot is riding on this movie, like
Right.
a lot.
Right.
So like all of these just positive, these like positive reviews.
Gushing reviews.
Yeah, I don't believe
You
some
don't
of
buy
them.
it? No?
I don't buy some of them.
look,
I don't.
You're also looking at the Hollywood Reporter, so they're only gonna pull
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
the good.
Right.
It's
They're gonna put the
it's
good
the
ones,
Hollywood
yeah.
Report. And this is at a Comic-Con. These are just you know, critics that were invited, I guess, or critics that are at this Comic-Con. I don't think they're invited. It's a Comic-Con. Some big con, CinemaCon. It's not a Comic-Con, it's a CinemaCon. So it's a big movie
CinemaCon,
con.
I mean, look at that one. They're
No,
using
that photo-
that picture
That is
The one that
to
we
talk
had-
about
yeah.
how great it is. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. And these are there's Keaton. So the Flash
I am
is
excited to see Keaton come back.
I am.
Like,
I
think
am. And he
that's
does
the only thing.
He does look good. He does look good, and a lot better than I thought. The first trailer, I was like, man, this is not, because he looked kind of old, like way older than I thought he was going. But I don't know what they did. You know, maybe they de-aged him, but he looks way better now in the second one. But like, these guys are like film critics, film reviewers. They're not comic people, so maybe. But I don't know. So this guy, German Lucier, he says, "Yep, Flash is as good as rumored." When was it rumored to be good? It's Back to the Future meets Spider-Man No Way Home, with all the humor, heart of the former, and action and surprises of the latter. If anything, it might be a tad too ambitious, but is also just incredibly satisfying, heartwarming, and fun. Well, there's a little bit of criticism there. This guy said, I don't know what to say other than the Flash is delivering more than I could have hoped. The acting is beyond great. Keaton delivers everything you want. Supergirl is my new favorite superhero. Look at him. Check him out. I'm genuinely shocked this movie meets and surpasses the hype. Never expected that. Well, that's true. That's true. We did not expect this, and it did. This guy says the Flash is fantastic. I know Ezra Miller has made a lot of mistakes.
Okay, mistakes.
Mistakes. Yeah, he's made some mistakes, but they're
You know
still
what?
good.
Now I love that.
I don't want to open up a can of worms, but let me just say this real quick, and then I won't bring up it. If he was to get caught holding a Trump flag, they would have canceled the movie in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
But what he did, I know he made mistakes, but he does such a good job in the movie. But
yes, it's
all
his
right,
feelings.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm sorry.
It's
I
interesting
had to get that out.
It's mental, he's mental.
It's interesting to see the public be so like fickle, because even when the first trailer came out, it was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And I'm like, oh, I guess we just forgot like everything else that happened beforehand and how they were up in arms about that as well. But that's great.
Well, no, they'll pick and choose. It's like they cancel who they want to cancel, and then they're again. We're gonna get into Jonathan Majors in a minute. Like it's weird. It's weird, and it's we know what it is. You know what it is, but
it's selective cancellation.
Yeah, and exactly. But honestly, and I hate to do this, but if Ezra Miller was black and he did all the shit he did, prison, my friend, prison.
Oh, yeah, we've been done, man. Well, we know that.
Would have been under the jail.
We ain't even gotta go deep in the weeds on that.
We already know.
We ain't gotta go deep in the weeds. We already know.
We know what it is.
Yeah, we ain't gotta go deep in the weeds. That's clear evidence.
Honestly, in some cases, I would argue with you on that, but this one, I 100% agree with you. There's no arguing on that one.
I'm telling you, it's not. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we ain't gotta go. Yeah, we know. We definitely know that. That's definitely that's you can stamp that one, Sada.
Stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did a
and
lot,
Stu-
man. And
Stu
listen,
admit-
I'm gonna keep it a
listen.
buck. Even if he was a lesser white person, he probably went to jail for that. I mean, it's just I don't know, man. Like I just can't figure
Yeah.
that one out.
No, you're
Everything
right.
he did, I just can't
I,
figure that one
I
out.
know.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty well known why. I will just not get Reno restrained by saying anything. But most people know why he was allowed, everything was allowed to kind of just get pushed aside to keep it going. Because if not, it would open up another can of worms that I am staying far away from on this channel.
No,
But we couldn't get Batgirl. You canceled Batgirl
Yeah.
of all movies.
Ah, Stu.
Stu is just
Still hurt.
heartbroken. He's hurt. He's heartbroken.
So hurt.
A lot of people are.
Listen, yeah. Because listen, think about it. When this movie first came out, they announced this movie, right?
God, that was
Even on this channel, Sada was like, no, hell no. I will go shoot a rocket at somebody's building, yada, yada, yada. And me and Reno was like, well, wait a minute, Sada, it might not be that bad. Let's just give it a chance. See what's up with it. It's the same thing with Batgirl. Everybody that saw it was like the same way. Some people was like, but other people was like, wait a minute, that wasn't that bad. Some people was like, you know what? It was all right. What else you got?
Well, the people
The Flash, we'll take that too. Yeah. And you filmed the whole movie.
The people that filmed that made Batgirl, Brendan Fraser and all of that, they said the movie was great. They were like, this movie was dope. Like it was getting ready to come out. Like we made the movie, everything was cool.
Wait, Brendan Fraser was involved in the Batgirl movie?
Bro, he was the villain. He was Firefly.
Yes, sir. He was the villain. He was Firefly.
Oh, no shit. Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sir. Listen, but but the one constant about the Batgirl movie is nobody had nothing totally bad to say about it. That's
Right.
what got me. Like nobody was like,
Why
it was just like, it was all right.
I heard
It was a
They just
tax-
let it go.
No, it was
Just let it go.
That was a tax thing. It was a tax.
yeah,
write-off.
tax write-off. Warner Brothers had to cancel a bunch of shit for a big, $1 billion tax write-off shit, and it was just that's what all it was. It boiled down to some.
And I think because of the
Somebody
merger
gonna
that was
leak it.
happening at the time as well.
Yeah, at the time,
they didn't have
yeah.
faith in the movie. So they were like,
somebody gonna leak it, Masher. Somebody gonna leak it, and I'm gonna watch it. Somebody gonna leak that
it's
joint.
been a while now.
get it.
Are you sure?
Somebody gonna get it. It hasn't been. I'll give up after a year. It hasn't been a year yet.
Okay.
It hasn't been a year
1
yet.
year from
Somebody
today.
gonna leak that movie. Somebody gonna leak it. I'm gonna give my count rating on it. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down.
I'm very
Can't
excited
wait.
for that day.
honestly, I would be more than happy to. I would rather sit down and pay to watch the Batgirl movie.
Oh yeah,
than this person.
for sure. I would give that a shot, even though I didn't have a lot of faith in it. But I would give it a shot.
I didn't. I remember like sometime last year seeing some of the photos, like set photos.
Mhm.
I was not too impressed with how she looked. I did like that they had like the older school like purple suit rather than what they did on the CW show. So I was kind of like, all right, let me throw a little nostalgic love. Maybe they can pull it out. But
I don't know. They had a TikTok, and it was like a photo of her on the set, and she was running, and I was like, wow, that looks really bad. Like her running form was just not. I was like, oh, maybe we didn't.
Is it like Ezra Miller?
Yeah, it was like even worse than that. It was like, and I was like, what's going on? Like it just looks so bad.
They're gonna clean all that up with CGI. They're gonna clean all that up with CGI.
The running, the form though.
Yeah, they'll clean that all. They'll clean all that up with CGI.
I don't know, Stu. They couldn't do it with Ezra, so I don't.
You do, yeah.
Ezra looked like he about to fall over when he went his flash.
Always.
Like, yeah, I'd be like, damn, is he gonna fall or what? Like, yeah, just like Reno. That's how he looked.
Like, bro, what are you slipping on ice for, bro? He act like he was on banana peels, and I'm like, bro, Barry, you're the Flash. You're a guy. Your superpower is running, and you can't run. But no, I'm looking, I'm digging, I'm trying to find something at least critical in any of these.
Oh nah, it's not gonna happen.
Nah, you're not gonna find. It ain't gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
But what I did
You
find,
get invited. Listen, if you want to get invited back to a CinemaCon,
yeah. But what I did
do exactly
find
what
is
everybody else did.
they
Keep it neutral.
it was an unfinished cut. That's what I am seeing. Some of these are saying it was an unfinished cut. I watched caught an unfinished cut and dug
I
it
believe
quite
that,
a
Reno,
bit.
because I
He
heard
said
that they
especially
changed the
how-
ending.
Yeah, he said especially how the narrative changes Barry to confront who he is, who he has become, and how one's influenced by the people and not in their life. It was just this mix of heartfelt coming of age.
Coming of age. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
It's a weird way to describe a Flashpoint movie, but hey, I don't know what's going on. So
yeah, I'm no longer calling this a Flashpoint movie because this is not Flashpoint at all. No. It's not. The only similarity that it's Flashpoint is that the Flash is in it and there's some time travel aspect.
It's specifically him going back to save his mother, which is a staple of Flashpoint.
Yeah, and Batman is involved. So I mean, there's some similarities, but for the most part, man, all the best parts are gone from, in my opinion. But so I'm just looking at this as something unique and new and of its own. I know what was the okay. So there's another movie, and I understand Sada, boycotting this because it's another movie coming out that I plan to boycott, and I urge people to boycott, and that's the damn Rey. New Skywalker, new Jedi Order bullshit movie that's coming out. Okay,
today they show
them more money at the theater because if that movie's successful, they're gonna keep giving us that shit. And if we stop, listen, the sequel trilogy, we didn't know any better. It fooled us. We didn't know. We thought it was great at first, like it fooled us, and we didn't have anything to judge it on, and we didn't know what it was like. So we watched it and we spent billions of dollars on it, and they were all huge successes. But now that we know they can't fool us again, like fool me once, fool me twice, they gonna fool me again, George Bush. You know now what you're getting. You know what Rey is. You know Rey is a Mary Sue. You know she had no training. There's no basis on her being a Jedi. Give me a break. And how is someone who's not a Jedi gonna start the new Jedi Order? Because that's the name of the fucking movie. So she's starting.
That's why it's called the new Jedi Order. She wasn't a Jedi
because she's the new Jedi, and she can't start a Jedi order if she wasn't a Jedi. But yeah, that's right, Stu. She's starting the new Jedi Order. They should have just called it the Disney Jedi Order because that's what it is. It's the Disney Jedi Order because
Reno,
she's the Disney Jedi.
I found something for you today, Reno. I meant to send it to you, but they actually show pictures. They show pictures of her dressed up in her new costume as the new Jedi head of the new Jedi Order.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
I know y'all excited.
That's it.
I know y'all excited. I know y'all excited about that. I know. I can feel it, man.
I want everybody to boycott that movie. Don't go see it. Don't pay the money at the theater because don't give that box office any numbers. Let them know because the reason I'm saying that is the reason I'm saying it is because Star Wars fans, we will go see the shit anyway.
Yeah,
because we're Star Wars fans and it's a Star Wars movie and there's ever precious amount of content. There's only so many movies and we've waited 30 years between trilogies and shit. So we are going to go see any Star Wars movie they make and they know that. But we have to resist. You have to resist the temptation.
You might get your wish, Reno. You might get your wish. People are fed up with Disney. Number one. They're fed up with Star Wars. Number two. They're fed up with the bull crap that's going down with Marvel. Number three. And it's not that they hate. It's not that they hate the iterations. They are fed up with. They're fed up with the MCU and how it's mostly female dominated. They're fed up with Star Wars and the female dominatrix that's going on there. They're fed up.
Well, the thing is that
the behind the scenes things with Marvels. I mean, and then they're fed up with Disney as a whole because we got Disney Channel, which we've been trying to get for years. And they promised us, said that they were going to do. I said, etched it, stamped it, like started to put the stamp on it, etched it in stone that they made this channel specifically to give us what we wanted, to give us great content that they couldn't give us otherwise. And they were going to give us more content of the stuff that we asked for and out of the iterations that they bought from Marvel to Star Wars. And they keep raising the price and they keep giving us crap. So I mean, they keep giving us mediocre stuff. Like Star Wars is just, I love Star Wars, but the stuff they've given us so far on Disney Channel, on Disney app, it's just been, all right. You could have bought that to video.
The best thing about Disney Plus is like the 90s X-Men and Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah, all the retro stuff.
That's why.
All the
That's
retro
the
stuff.
only
Yeah,
reason I pay for
that's
it.
the only reason why I got it. Right. Yep.
That
Yeah, because
and
you
the
can't.
Star Wars and
But
Mandalorian and
wait,
shit.
but wait, Reno, they still robbing us because guess what's not on there? Spider-Man 66.
I
Which is the
know.
best
What
Spider-Man
is
cartoon
Yeah.
ever made.
I don't
That's the
think
best Spider-Man
anything is
cartoon
there.
ever made, period, in the history of Spider-Man cartoons. It's not on there. Why
It's
is that?
not
awesome.
on there. Ridiculous.
Disney owns it. Disney owns it. It's
I
a
could have
Marvel.
sworn I saw it on there at one point.
No,
it
it's a
wasn't.
different one.
It's a different
I-
one.
It was
Spider-Man
an
66.
old ass one.
Spider-Man 66 has never been on there. And that's one of the
Mm.
reasons why I got it,
They
because
had like his
to-
Amazing Friends, I think, was on there.
Yeah.
it was the one, right? But it's the one before Amazing Friends. They got
Yep.
that one, and then they had the one before that one.
Yeah.
And then
I know the
Spider-Man
the show you're
66.
talking about. I
Nowhere.
thought that was on there. That's
Nope.
a shame. I really thought
That's my
something
favorite
was
one.
on there. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I bought it. That's one of the reasons why I got
We
Sonic
need
got it.
this one. This is the one. we
Yes,
need.
that's the one I want.
Yes.
This is
Yes,
what
the
we need.
67. Yes,
We don't have
that's
it.
the one I want. Yes,
Wait, let me see it.
This
yeah,
one.
that is the best one, Reno. That's the
Yeah,
best
So good.
Spider-Man cartoon in the history of Spider-Man cartoons ever. You will
Yes,
never see
the
it better
music
than that.
is just A plus.
The music, everything, right? And it came out in the 60s. Bruh,
That
you
is
can't
dope,
beat that.
Prada. Dang.
And I need that in my collection. I need that in my collection.
Stu.
I didn't even know they
I
had
don't
that
have.
DVD.
That's the only one I don't have.
No, bro.
That's the only one I don't have because the price shot up on it so high, Reno, that my best bet was to get Disney Plus so I can watch it all the time. But guess what? It's not on Disney Plus, so I got beat. So I might as well just go out and buy them.
You know what? They're holding that in their back pocket when people are finally fed up and they're just ending their subscription. Be like, look, we got Spider-Man 67. Come back.
It's so
Yeah,
funny you
that's-
say that because they're putting all the Raimi films and I think even the Tom Holland ones, they're putting it on Disney Plus really soon.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's really funny.
Yeah, Spidey is coming. Yep.
I wish they would.
Yeah, that would
I
be
wish
great.
they would put them on Blu-ray. They put them on Blu-ray. I'd be golden.
Oh
They
man.
put those on Blu-ray.
But yeah, that X-Men the X-Men the animated series is one of my favorite animated anything because it's so loyal to the comics, and I hope that this new they're doing a reboot. We don't know, like it could be trash, it could be total garbage, or it could be as great as the original. All they have to do is realize what was great about it, and that's that they stuck to the comics. They used stories from the comics, and they stuck really close to that source material. They did make changes, but those were for good reasons and stuff like that. So, I hope that they give us that. Stuff like that can give Disney Plus redemption. Give it value. Because
leave the good substance in there and just don't put your crap in there. Just leave it to the source, you don't have to push agendas. You don't have to put in your own thoughts. Just stick to what it is. Stick to what worked back then.
Right.
That's it.
Right. And Disney, man, Disney is like going through a lot of problems right now. They're going through big problems in Florida with the governor. He's fucking them on some money shit. And then, Quantumania remains AWOL on Disney Plus. The House of Mouse.
Been on there by now,
I thought I saw something about that going to be on this week or next week.
Well, I don't know if it's the whole Jonathan Majors thing or what, why they're delaying it. But yeah, because it's always, right now and they're basically ignoring the Jonathan Majors elephant in the room and continuing to promote the digital release of Ant-Man and the Quantumania. So I don't know. It just so happens to be absent from Disney Plus right now, mysteriously, but so is their statement on Jonathan Majors. So they're kind of like we're not going to say anything until whatever. But that alone would typically be enough news, but they are also undergoing the second round of layoffs this morning. Today, just resulting in thousands of employees losing their jobs. It was like a cost-saving strategy, was foreshadowed in February, but now that's finally here, they're dealing with that shit. Meanwhile, in the live-action Lilo and Stitch joint has once again been hit with racist backlash. Again, this is a separate one, so damning that this one actually resulted in the character of David Kawana being recast with another actor because of the But past precedent has shown us that, you know, movies tend to release on streaming about 45 days after after they hit the theater. You know what I'm saying? And by the end of this week, it'll be 70 days since Ant-Man and Quantumania came on the theater. So it's not hard to notice that delay has nothing to do with a national holiday, as it did with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and everything to do with Jonathan Majors, looming domestic violence allegations, which he proved to be false, the first ones anyway. So
the initial charges got dropped against him.
Right. And still, the delay is only half as devastating as the news of thousands of Disney employees receiving the layoffs. They've got 4,000 employees have been let go, and an additional 3,000 expected to exit by the end of summer. So 7,000 by the end of summer. Bob Iger outlined the layoffs as a means to reduce the company's spending by $5.5 billion. And so, who knows where that's going to go with the mounting visual effects problem they're dealing with. But yeah, the Lilo and Stitch actor fired from the project after his history with racial slurs came to light. He had already been battling multiple accusations of colorism. Not him, but the movie, because they light skinned, because some of the actors are much lighter than the characters in the animated film, and obviously darker skinned Hawaiians are like, what the fuck? Why are that's what the fuck? Like, that was our representation.
I mean, you do see kind of the irony in that, right?
Yeah,
of course,
the live action casting has been a shit show for
yes,
honestly, there are I have my own personal feelings about how they changed characters and when they could do live action and everything.
Right.
My number one thing is if you do the character justice, you put out a good story, I'm okay with it.
Right.
When you do it just because you want to check off boxes or win points, then that's when I got a problem with it.
Exactly.
Like I didn't care much when they changed Little Mermaid. It's not going to affect my life. I really don't care if they do it right. But when they started like releasing some of the stuff, it didn't look that good.
Right. I mean, if a movie's not good, it's not good. And that's the thing. Like that whole Obi-Wan show, like it just wasn't good. No one cared that it was a black female that was the lead. That's dope. Like, cool. Like, let's do more of that, but fucking write it good.
Because it's supposed to be about Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, and it wasn't. It was more about Revan.
But that wasn't even the problem. The problem was it was just poorly written.
Poorly written. It was poorly written, and that was just
bad.
And it was supposed to be a script that Kathleen Kennedy wrote years ago that they said was bad and didn't give her the approval to do, and she snuck it in this Obi-Wan series.
Yeah, some of it. Yeah, little parts of it. But yeah, the live action Lilo and Stitch has been dinged 3 times now in a row for whitewashing its cast, casting the wrong Cora Bubbles and hiring an actor who participated in racist remarks. And it goes without saying that the live action adaptation is indeed climbing an uphill battle already laden with obstacles. And Disney's potentially detrimental investment now in Jonathan Majors goes beyond just the MCU, because Disney, has a lot riding on Jonathan Majors, not just because he's the face of the MCU's big bad Kang, and not just because he was offered a $20 million deal to headline the Avengers Kang Dynasty movie, and not just because he's already attached to several ready-to-go projects, such as Disney Plus's second season of Loki, which has already been filmed. And, so there's a lot of money. And no, the reason Disney's association with Majors goes beyond the MCU is that the company's subsidiary Searchlight Pictures has already secured the distribution rights to Magazine Dreams, which is a drama, a movie that Majors is set to release on December 8th, just in time for his, tour de force performance to be considered for an Oscar is what, he's doing there. So no matter what happens between now and then, his controversy is almost guaranteed to weigh down his performance, no matter how good it is, which it most likely will be. But, Disney's basically, their investment in this actor is a lot more complicated than just recasting a new Kang. And I think a lot of people are missing that. They're like, so what? And recast Kang, who cares? It's a lot more than that. And, but it's a lot of shit with Disney, man. And then James
if they focus
Gunn,
more on good movies,
yeah,
they'd be okay.
Be okay.
good writing would solve it all.
Yeah, and that's what their biggest problem. It's not about who. It's not necessarily who they're casting for roles.
Yeah,
It's the movies that it's the writing, like you said numerous times. It's the writing that's just not good.
Yeah. And they refuse to like hire better writers for whatever reason. It's like, oh, we'll do this. But we're not going to give you better writers. So good luck.
And I think, I don't listen. I'm not even sure that it's just because they don't want to pay money to, pay better writers that might cost more. I think it might have a lot to do with. Hold on, Stu. Oh my bad.
He had to
go. Yeah. No, I think it has a lot to do with not just not paying better writers, but they don't want to hurt feelings. Like it's this whole, you don't want to shame anybody, so they can't tell a writer. And like when a writer or a director, stop it. When a writer or a director does a shitty move, they're literally afraid to be like, that sucks, or let's do it this way. Like they can't correct anybody. That's why shitty decisions. That's why Obi-Wan sucked. That's why these shows were trash, because those directors and stuff, they consider it shaming. It's some woke shit. Like you can't what is it, like stifle their creativity? I don't know. It's really sad, man. It's people don't understand when people are upset about the whole woke agenda and all of that. It's not because they're against the woke agenda. It's because of all the shit that it does to the writing. Because instead of focusing on good writing, they're worried about pushing some image or some agenda and the whole Disney princess thing. And then, like I said, now they've got 7,000 layoffs and basically they just cut 4,000 people from this week, and in the wake of that, extraordinary, those huge numbers, then it's not exactly the best look for Disney to keep quiet on the potential firing of Jonathan Majors, because Marvel fans have certainly made their stance clear on the matter. The majority, which is no surprise given the backlash against another Marvel star for much less contentious circumstances. And it seems like the studio execs are waiting to make a decision until Major's court appearance on May 8th. They're purposely not saying anything, but the climate indicates that their hand may be forced before then. And James Gunn is hoping that in hopes of the MCU crossover, MCU DC crossover, only to destroy them. But thankfully, things aren't all doom and gloom in the Marvel sphere right now, and I'm kind of happy that the what's her name again? Shit, I can't think of her name. I always forget her name. I don't know why. It's her name escapes me. But she was like the head of creativity and all of that over at MCU. And she was the one that was feminizing everything and pushing the heavy female.
Oh, the lady that recently got fired?
Marvel. Yes, she got the boot. And now she's over there with Kathleen Kennedy. She joined her in Star Wars.
So Victoria Alonso. That's her name.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm kind of happy that might, be a promising, maybe we'll get Marvel back. You know what I mean? Maybe Marvel's going to get good again.
I don't know. I don't think she's the sole reason why it's just not where it needs to be. Maybe she'll, with her being gone, then maybe things will improve a little bit. But she, removing her is not going to suddenly fix the extensive issues that the MCU has right now. So I don't know.
No, it won't change everything, but at least. Because she was a very powerful voice, and she had very, very strong opinions and agendas about things, and she was known to really, push her weight around and force people to do things the way she wanted. And it's part of the reason why she got the boot. So her not being around might not like change everything immediately, but yeah, I think like you said, man, it might snowball, and over time things could start to get better, and maybe if we're lucky, by the time they get to the mutant movies, they'll be back to wherever they were when they made phase 1 and phase 2 and all of that.
I hope so. And like Stu Dog said, it's the MCU. They're just trying to oversaturate female characters,
and that's her.
I have no problem with having, just go on the record, I have no problem with having female characters. There are many that I'm excited to see
the problem is, like,
we love female characters, bro.
They're overcompensating for the fact that for the first 10 years we had little to no female characters, and if we did, I would say of the ones that we had, maybe one was written as a full and complete human being in Gamora. Like, that's literally the only. Everyone else was garbage, in my opinion. So
look at it like this: they're pushing out all these females that are like super strong, super powerful. Oh, look what we're finally having! But the entire, everything since Iron Man 2, technically, Black Widow. She has no superpowers. She's just a badass woman who is super smart, can fight, and everything. And I loved her in every movie she was in. The Black Widow movie was, but
that was
I mean, they had a good, strong female character that you didn't have to, like you said, you don't have to over push it, over force it, anything like that. And they just they decided to step away from caring about character development and telling a good story and having good writing. I mean, it all boils back down to that for the most part. I mean, I hated Captain Marvel. I think Brie Larson is a crap person. And I saw the trailer for like the new Marvels movie. She did so bad that she couldn't even get her own second movie. They had to let's throw this one and this one in, and maybe people will like it.
Yeah, nobody liked her. I didn't really pay attention to that movie, the Captain Marvel. Like that movie was went in one eye and out the other. Like it was.
I saw it once. Only because I wanted to see Blockbuster.
Oh, I think I just saw it.
My dad and I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, that was when we were seeing every Marvel movie in theaters, because I was like, wow, I can't believe we actually saw that in theaters, because I would not have done that today. But it was just, she was just like a.
That was that was between Infinity War and Endgame, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
they shoehorned it in.
So
so
Black Widow should have been. If Black Widow would have came out at that point, it would have been way more.
It would have been even better. A Nova movie and showed Thanos getting the stone from Xandar.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, the stuff it seemed like that's what was going to happen too, because I was like, oh, Nova Corps, like this is where this is going, and then they don't even mention him. That was weird. I thought that was weird, but they are talking about now doing the Nova movie, which I don't.
What is it going to serve to have?
I know. I'm not like. Yeah, I'm just.
Maybe now they'll do that flashback.
Take it back, like they did with Black Widow.
I'm sorry, we should have done this. We should have done this way back then.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like that's what they did with the Black Widow movie. If they try to do anything with the Hulk, it's going to be the same situation, because we've been asking for the Hulk for so long, and they didn't give it to us. So they do anything with him, it's going to be the same situation. They keep trying to apologize or overcompensate for what they couldn't do before, and it fails. Like, just stop.
Yeah,
stop, please.
That's sad, man.
I was super excited for She-Hulk because I like the She-Hulk character
too.
But when they started promoting the show and what I saw it was going to turn into, I'm just like, I can't get behind it. I can't watch it.
It took one episode and I was out. I watched it and I was like, nah, this ain't it. And then I came back for episode 8 and 9 because 8 was when Daredevil came in and he was like great. So, he just elevated the show. And then 9 was just a complete mess. So it was bad. It was bad.
Like Moon Knight gave me hope. Like Moon Knight, and also did you guys watch The Werewolf by Night? Like
that was really good. Actually, by night.
loved that. And
That was
like
great.
one of the best takeaways I got from that movie was that they had a badass, strong female character, female lead in Elsa Moonstone. And it was just natural. You knew she was a badass. Like you watch it, they didn't have her front and center like, oh, look at me, I'm a female, I'm this, I'm that. It's like, no, you had a great written story.
Yeah, and
you
she
loved
happened
the
to be a
character.
woman.
Yep.
That's what it is, and it's like, I think it's offensive, man, when they man, it's like, I don't know. If I was a woman, I would not like all that extra. I'd be like, man, that's, just and why does Taskmaster have to be a woman? Like, can't Black Widow be badass enough to whip a dude? Isn't that the whole point? I thought
that was absolutely awful. And it's like, even by making Taskmaster female, like they could have had it in a way which it was impactful to the story, and it was not. So it was just awful. It was like you made Taskmaster a woman, and but then during the fight scenes, it was clearly a dude. So it's like, what are we doing?
Although the only way they could save that is if they said the female Taskmaster was like, Taskmaster like trained his own like troops and everything, was like one of those things, and then bring Anthony Masters, the actual true Taskmaster, into a future project, and something like that. But to your point, she was, she could have been badass enough to take out the real one. I mean, look at like her sweep through in Iron Man 2 when Happy's fighting that one dude, boxing with him for 10 minutes. All of a sudden he turns around and she's cleared out like 20 dudes.
Right. Yeah, no, she's like, she's next level fighting skills, especially, and for MCU, she's way up there. I thought that was so counterproductive to their cause when she took the mask off and it was a woman. I was like, what? Doesn't that defeat the whole thing of her being strong enough to be able to whip a guy? Like, isn't that the point? So I don't know what they were getting at there, but I don't know, man. But I am really excited about what they're doing over at Sony, because right now, they're talking the Kraven the Hunter R-rated joint, man. I am so
R-rated.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. I don't know about.
I don't know about Kraven, but
you don't know about Kraven?
No, what's his face playing Kraven?
Aaron Taylor, whatever his name is. Yeah. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah. I don't think that was a good
choice.
I like him. I like, Kick-Ass. He's Quicksilver. I really enjoy him. I think he's a great
what
actor.
else he's in? No, he's in another movie called what the fuck's it called? Savages. And that's by like a Don Winslow. Savages is dope. It's crazy. It's got Benicio del Toro, and it's like a cartel movie. But point is, he completely, like, I had no idea it was him. Like, I'm watching the whole movie, and I like halfway toward like almost the end, I'm like, what? Wait, is that the fucking kid? That's Kick-Ass? Like, dude, he was a whole other dude. This dude is a very skilled actor. What'd you say?
Oh yeah.
I said Blake Lively's in it too. Okay, now I'm sold.
Oh yeah. He is in it. Boy, is she in it. It's a good one. But no,
okay.
He could do it. He could pull it off. Like,
I think for me, it's visually, when I look at him, I don't see Kraven. I don't see him. You
can't see him playing Kraven. You can't see that.
No.
Look at that. Look at that.
Put a
beard on Aaron, and he's him.
No, his face is too young for Kraven. I really feel like that.
Well,
I needed someone maybe a little older.
I feel you on that. I do, and that's gonna be the big task. Is gonna be to make him look older or more, gritty enough. But I haven't seen him yet. Maybe he does look older now, and maybe they special effects him up, and maybe he does look older. But it's been a while since we've seen him in a movie.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. Regardless, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna give him a chance because I do like him as an actor. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Give a chance to go see it.
And I love the character of Kraven.
Oh yeah, he is such a great character. Like, I don't know how they have never used him yet.
Well, that's the thing. He's super underrated. What'd you say?
Sony is dumb. That's why.
Yes.
I mean, they came out with Morbius.
I know, and it was so bad, dude. Oh my god, it was bad.
And that, they pushed it back for what, 3 years, and they
Yeah.
still couldn't get it right.
Bro, remember how many Morbius comics we were selling on Instagram?
Oh my God.
we used to sling so many Morbius comics, bro. And then the movie
Left and
came out,
right.
and you could not sell one, bro. You couldn't
Dude,
buy.
I have to give them away as freebies. Just be like, yeah, I need to clear up a little room. Hey, there you go. You bought like $10. Here you go. Here's a couple freebies for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's sad, man. But Sony is in the bad guy business. That's what they do because they bought the rights to Spider-Man and his whole and all the villains. So
Yeah.
they can't just make Spider-Man movies of him fighting bad guys every time. So they got to make movie like they made Venom like his own thing, and so they're trying to like, you know, they lent Peter Parker to the MCU, but despite owning the right to make movies about Spider-Man, they have tried to construct their own sort of shared universe around his sinister foes, his sinister, six and all of that. And thus far, the results have been mixed. Venom, I thought was great. Part 2 was not. Then Morbius, crap.
Yeah.
But Sony does
Spider-Man
hope
has the best rogues gallery, so they have
he really does.
ridiculous.
Him and Batman.
Yeah,
him and Batman.
But the problem is we're getting these movies on these villains with no Spider-Man. I don't know how they think this is going to have longevity, because when we have all these villains and no hero for them to go against, like what is gonna, like, where is this gonna go? I don't know.
and I think like with Venom, they made it his own thing. Spider-Man wasn't even mentioned barely until like
utterly insane. But
it was crazy. And but they did tied it in with the after credit scene or whatever. Remember where they tied in what's his name, Venom and Spidey and stuff. And so hopefully, this will just be, I think this is going to be he's going to be the villain in the next Spider-Man movie. I don't think it's going to be a Craven movie, is it?
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like
it was just a Craven movie.
Yeah, but I think Craven, it's okay because his origin is not directly infused with Spider-Man like Venom, for instance. So I feel like you could do a movie on just Craven and bring in Spider-Man later, and it could work. I don't really think you can say the same about Morbius or Venom, even though they did it, but I just personally don't feel like it works. So.
Well, right. if they did, so like if they do a good like backstory, so instead of just having a villain show up in a Spider-Man movie, and if they follow a certain formula, I think it actually could work out pretty well for them, because they could get 10, 15 movies out of it, just on the villains alone. If they show a backstory, and like bring up the character, and at the end of the movie they kind of they lay a little egg to where, okay, hey, Spider-Man is in the universe, maybe they cross paths right at the end, kind of thing. They put out a couple, almost like what they did leading up to the first Avengers, where you got each movie and then something brought them together. They could do something like that, and then after they do the, say they lead up to like a new Sinister Six, and then all of a sudden, okay, now we're going to throw out more villains, and then kind of do almost the same thing, but find a new creative way to do it.
Right.
All comes back to doing good writing.
Yeah.
They have almost endless amount of characters that they could bring in.
Absolutely.
And if they do it right, where they care about the character, they come up with a good story. Like, why are we focusing on Craven? What does he have to bring? Make it about him. And then kind of bring it out a little bit. Add in,
it could work with Craven for sure. Like, because I think my issue was like with Venom and Morbius, it was clear they were trying to do some type of Sinister Six thing, and I'm like, the whole point of the Sinister Six, they have a mutual disdain for Spider-Man, and I don't know how you're gonna make that work. And Spider-Man's nowhere to be found in these movies. So I think with what you said, Masher, it could work. They just have to really do it right.
Yeah, that's true. And okay, so it is the it's the movie's called Craven the Hunter. It's not he's not just the villain in Spidey movie. They did a trailer at the CinemaCon where they just showed the Flash trailer, and it did not only reveal an R rating, but also a hint at the language and visuals that earned that distinction. And the description from Discussing Film critic says captures the general tone of the trailer, in which the title character Kraven is killing everyone quite literally like an animal, using everything from huge spears to fully sized bear traps to decapitate and chop up goons to pieces.
Okay.
All right. You piqued my interest.
Okay.
You know, the hard-edged approach breaks not only from Sony's supervillain movies so far, but from all Spider-Man films. And despite being helmed as, you know, by Sam Raimi, which is the horror director. Remember, he's a horror director that gave us, you know, Evil Dead and 2002 Spider-Man, and, you know, the two sequels, and basically earned the audience-friendly PG-13 for those. But the same is true of the Spider-Man movies starring Tom Holland, and in keeping with the, you know, the rest of the MCU, as well as the Amazing Spider-Man and its sequel. You know, none of them came close to anything like this, you know, which did show hints of edgier style in Amazing Spider-Man, but it wasn't, you know, nothing.
Did they release a clip, or they're just talking about it?
This is no, they showed it. Yeah, they showed the trailer on CinemaCon, but we don't get to see it. We just have to take their word for it.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, forget you.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but as soon as I do get the trailer, we will definitely be watching it. But you know, I think while an R rating is new for Spider-Man and his Amazing Spider-Foes, it's not unique to Marvel movies, because we had, I mean, I think it might even be the first one, Howard the Duck in 1986 was an R-rated movie. And then, yeah, The House of Ideas is first foray onto the big screen, had a PG rating, and the company accepted an R rating for the second movie, Blade. And then, you know, which was, I thought, for good reason. And then
Howard the Duck was PG.
Yeah, PG. And then R was Blade. Yeah, that's right.
I'm surprised.
Right.
I went back and watched Howard the Duck while we were in the hospital after the daughter was born, and I was like, damn, I can't understand why my parents let me watch this when I was a young kid. But
yeah.
But I also realized, like, oh, I didn't understand that joke, or I didn't understand this innuendo or anything when I was a
didn't
kid,
either. But I felt uncomfortable watching it with my parents. Like, I still felt kind of weird at certain scenes. Like, I didn't know why, but I was like, I don't know. Is it cool that she's kissing a duck? Like, she kind of just did something more with the duck. But yeah, PG. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. PG. But yeah, Blade was R, obviously, Deadpool, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, both the 1998 original and both the sequels of Deadpool featured copious amounts of blood and strong language, and you know, slashing through some motherfuckers trying to, you know, skate uphill. And anything less than an R rating would have basically been a disservice to the character in the movie, you know. And a lot of, I think a lot of characters cannot.
Wolverine Origins.
Yeah, and I mean Punisher, and it's a lot of characters that I think should be R rated. I don't even want to see it if it's not R rated, because you can't tell the story. You can tell like a watered down version, but who the fuck wants to see that? Like, stop! Don't even do it. Or give me the R rated movie, and we've proven that we will go and see R rated superhero films. I think that's been established. So stop acting like, you know, you can't do it. You can look at how successful stuff like The Boys and, you know, those kind of stuff is super successful. And that's,
Boys.
I know. So, you know, all that superhero movies can't be rated R is just, that's way in the past, and I think they should just stop even thinking about along those lines. But they got to sell toys. Exactly, they got to sell toys. But yeah, the same could be said of Kraven the Hunter. Kraven made his first appearance in 1964 as the Amazing Spider-Man number 15, drawn by Steve Ditko and written by Stan Lee. His name was Sergei Kravenov, and he was a Russian hunter hired by the Chameleon to kill Spider-Man. He was actually a hired hitman. He wasn't the main villain. And he went on to, you know, trouble Spidey and other heroes for many decades, and he basically was like a big game hunter and saw Spider-Man as the ultimate, you know, target, the ultimate trophy. And he's best known for the 1987 storyline, Kraven's Last Hunt, which is fucking peak Spider-Man, written by J.M. DeMatteis and drawn by Mike Zeck. And basically that story sees Kraven apparently killing and burying Spider-Man before taking his own life. Content that, you know, now he's proven himself to be the superior hunter. Basically, I've proven it. He's dead, Spider-Man. I took him out, and then yeah, so it's phenomenal. You know, without Spider-Man,
nothing left to go for.
Right, and without Spider-Man in the universe to play with, it's you know, in the movies and stuff, it's unlikely that I think Kraven the Hunter will directly follow much of that storyline. Much like Venom was very different from how, you know, he came about. And instead we have Aaron Taylor Johnson, who plays Kraven in the movie, has said that director J.C. Chandor and his team of writers have reimagined Kravinoff as less of a hunter and more of a radical conservationist who fights poachers. A hunter of hunters, it seems. So like they're basically like Venom. They have to take these villains and make them heroes because they can't just make movies about villains, like you said, Sada, without Spider-Man. And that's their solution to your conundrum of how they're going to make movies without this hero, is they're going to make the villains the heroes.
I never liked that solution.
Me neither.
Well, like with Venom, you can do that because he is a lethal protector. They saw how good he was doing. They were like, well, we can't market a brain-eating psychopath to kids to sell comic books, so they had to hear him up. They had to kind of change his direction. But to do that with every villain, like,
it's like ridiculous.
What are they gonna come together and battle Spider-Man over?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you make
Craven jaywalked, I gotta go stop him. Yeah, you know, it's
if you make all of them anti-heroes or basically heroes, like I don't know how they're gonna come to hate Spider-Man, even one-on-one, let alone something like the Sinister Six. Like
it'll probably be Green Goblin or Doc Ock mind controlling the rest of them to go after something like that.
You know, that's a possibility.
You know,
Sony, you take that idea, you owe him, you know, crediting rights.
Yeah, right.
Give him his royalties.
Royalties, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. But, you know, I don't know. It's a bloody bet, and I don't know, you know, if Sony has the superior Spider-Man franchise, you know, or rather, you know, will the R rating make the whole thing look ridiculous, or will that make it better? You know, who knows? But it comes to theaters October 6th, so we don't have to wait that long.
Of this
year it's coming out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was still like in production. I thought it was still like at least a year out.
Soon.
That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm reading. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is super awesome news.
I mean, unless if they do what they did with Morbius and be like, oh, we got to push it back. Oh, push it back again.
All right.
See you in 2026.
And it would be, you know, I mean, that's what they wrote. They wrote Kraven comes to theaters on October 6th. It would be stupid if they were like, we meant 2024 because they didn't say 2024.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it must mean this year. So yeah.
And they're doing a Madam Web movie, which is like, for what? Like, who literally cares? I just
the whole Miles Morales.
I like the character of Madam Web, but I think I don't think the movie is necessarily just going to focus on her.
Yeah,
you know, maybe it'll kind of begin with her and who is she, what is she, but I think it's going to bring about the web,
the Spider-Verse.
Well, yeah, like the web. I forget what the hell it's called in the Spider-Verse. Comic. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically the whatever the web is called that I'm blanking on right now.
Yes.
But you know, it's going to bring how they can bring in Silk, Miles, everything else into the real live action kind of stuff.
I think Silk is actually in the movie because there were set photos released with Madam Web, and there was like 2 other girls there, and I think they were playing Spider Women. So I think Silk might actually be in the movie. So I think you're right.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Well, what I'm crazy about is Madam Web is a mutant.
Do you think they're actually gonna touch on that? Because I feel like they're not.
Well, that's
actually,
what I'm
I don't
saying.
know. That might be a good catalyst to bring
It would be.
mutants.
I'm saying, bro, and I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be Sony or what, or if they're gonna, bring it together. But yeah, she's a fucking mutant that has powers. She's a clairvoyant, precog mutant that first showed up to help Spider-Man find a kidnap victim. And she was not one of the mutants that lost their power during the decimation storyline. And she was attacked by Sarah and Anna Kravinoff, Kraven's daughter, right, who killed her, but not before she was able to pass her powers of precognition as well as her blindness to Julia Carpenter, who became the next Madam Web. And Web is grandmother of the fourth Spider Woman, Charlotte Witter. So there's so many like iterations. Who knows if they'll go with the mutant one? They don't have to. They could just go with any.
So that's right. Sony's putting that out.
Right.
I'm trying to think because I think they said which Madam Web it was focusing on, and I think that name you said, Julie, is familiar. So it might be her, but
yeah, Dakota Johnson's gonna play her.
I
know that much. She's gonna play her. Let's see. Madam Web is an upcoming superhero film based on Marvel Comics of the same name, produced by Columbia Pictures, D. Bonaventura Pictures, distributed by Sony, intending to be the sixth film in Sony's Spider-Man universe, the SSU. The Sony Spider-Man. The film is being directed by S.J. Clarkson from a screenplay by Burke Sharpless and Matt Zama. Stars Dakota Johnson in the title role alongside Sydney Sweeney. These are weird.
There's a 50 Shades of Grey chick. So where are they going with this Madam
Weird.
That's
a weird casting.
I forgot Sydney Sweeney was whatever her name is. She was cast. That's right.
Yeah, she was in that.
She's one of the spiders. She's one of the spiders.
She's in The Handmaid's Tale, and she's in Everything Sucks, and she's in Sharp Objects, and she was in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I hate how he did fucking Bruce Lee, but I'm not going.
I love him.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Yeah. So
Mary Parker.
Yeah. And so Sony began development, it says, on Madam Web film for its shared universe by September 2019, with Sharpless and Sama hired to write a script. Clarkson joined the project in May 2020, and Johnson was cast early in 2022, followed by additional castings in the following months. Filming began mid-July 2022, occurring in Boston throughout the Massachusetts until that September, before shooting in New York City by mid-October and wrapped before the end of the year. So this movie's already been shot. Madam Web is scheduled it's been scheduled to be released February 16th, 2024. You missed what opportunity?
If they're filming down in Boston, then just drive half hour down south and go jump into it.
Yeah, how would you do that?
I'd get in my car, drive down to Boston. Boston's only like half hour, 40 minutes for me.
Oh, nice.
No, but I know you've been on movie sets and shit, but how would you just get in like to the movie set?
Well, normal people,
anybody can just walk in.
No, but like they do like if they're looking for extras, different scenes, stuff like that, or if they're doing like outside shots, depending on how much of like the surrounding area they shut down. Like you can easily you could walk through the background of a movie and not even know you're in there filming a movie.
Yeah, my mom was in a movie like that.
That's
actually
awesome.
She knew she was in it, but they just had her driving, and she's just in the highway, driving back and forth on the highway.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Or be like, all right, who's doing what on this movie? Do I know anybody that's like working as a PA or anything? Be like, yo, let me get like just like a walk by and be like,
yeah.
I'll just wear like a Mad Men of Comics t-shirt, just walk by on Madam Web.
That's dope. So and you can just walk up and be like, y'all need any extras? You just walk
or
up,
they do. They post them. Yeah, they post them up online too for like background characters, extras, different things like that. And you can sign up online, and if they still need people, they'll either shoot you like an email or anything like that.
Okay, but where do you find that? Where do you go online to find that?
Let me look it up. There's a couple of different.
So what would you Google it? You would Google what? Extras, Boston. The movie. You'd put the movie title. Looking for extras. Google.
It depends. Sometimes you can use sites like
Boston Casting.
Yeah, like you use casting websites typically. They will post the call. They're looking for extras, and then that's basically how you would see it.
Wow. That's dope. Yeah, I remember they shot. I remember when they did Punisher in Tampa, Florida. I was we were talking about going to be in that, but we didn't go, and I'm glad because that movie sucked. That movie was trash.
Yeah, the casting websites, agency websites, and some movies like they'll do like a Facebook or an Instagram post like, hey, you know, filming this time, this location, be there if you want to be an extra kind of thing, or like you know. But the opportunities are out there. You just have to be in an area where they actually like film anything.
Yeah, and just kind of be in the know a little bit, but not really. But
I wish I would have known about that though.
Man.
Oh man, they were gonna do something like Charlize Theron. That would have been a dope Madam Web, dude.
Charlize Theron. She would have. I think visually, yeah.
Yeah, dude, she would have killed that. And she's great. I think she's a great actress.
Mm-hmm. She's one of those where I have to separate the artist from
the art. I don't know too much about these actors to like know, and I really don't try to.
Yeah, I whatever you do, don't look into it. Don't fall down that rabbit hole because you know it'll just ruin it for you.
That's the thing. That's
thank God I have a strong opinion on her. I think I was introduced to her through Fast and Furious, which is unfortunate, but really? I was.
In there?
Yeah, she was in since the 8th movie. She's been in every single one. She's going to be in the newest.
Oh, she's the cop, right? She's one of the cops.
No.
She was like the big daddy, and I think it was number 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's done a lot. I loved her in Hancock.
Yeah, she's actually a good actress, but that's just how I was introduced to her.
Yeah.
Right.
She's fantastic.
I think I was introduced to her in Devil's Advocate. That's where I first saw her, and I was like, "Yo, she is so fine, dude." Dude, I had such a crush, bro. Devil's Advocate. I was like, "Bro, she's so fine." And and then Mighty Joe Young. But when she played Eileen Wuornos, bro, in Monster, I was like, she has chops, bro. That was skills. No,
dude, I'm gonna have to add that to my list to watch.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that either. I've just seen photos, and I was like, "Oh, she really committed to the bit."
Did she? Boy, did she? Yeah, dude. And when you see like interviews with Eileen Wuornos and compare it, bro, it's like it's uncanny. It's uncanny. Yeah, she's the real deal.
I gotta look up pictures to see like how they like uglied her up.
Yeah, right. Oh, they uglied her up bad, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. She really committed to the bet.
Yeah, dude. You can't even recognize her. Yeah, dude. No. And then the way she acts and everything is like on point.
I was gonna say because like she has like the same kind of like facial shape,
right,
as her. So wow, yeah, no, they did. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that one soon.
Yep. Check it. Size like this. Yeah. That's the real lady. What's going on in the chat? Slade was extra in DC. Oh, in New Jersey Drive?
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Local newspaper still. That's cool. New Jersey Drive was a classic.
I didn't even think about the local newspaper. It's because nobody reads it, so they probably put all the best shit in the newspaper.
Honestly, go get a newspaper, folks. It's not dead yet.
I know. Not seen one of those in a minute. Yeah, that Madam Web, I was thinking more along the lines of, the Miles Morales stuff, the cartoons and stuff. I thought they were really because they're really trying to expand the whole Spider-Verse. And
I feel like they should keep those separate. I think it's gonna be.
I do too. That's what I was.
Mhm.
to try and bring that together.
Although I don't know, the second one's got some controversy brewing up. So
Oh no!
Does it really?
Already?
Well, because if you want, I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, this is one of those can of worms we ain't gonna open up here. But there's a particular flag in one of the shots when they show.
Oh yeah. I
flag
saw
in
it
the background. Yeah. So
yeah, I saw it.
LOL. Well, that's great.
It's a colorful film. Colorful film.
It's more the wordings on it, but yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I'm excited to see it. I loved the first one. I think the first one they did so fucking good with.
It's so good. Oh
I'm hoping that they do the same with the
let me
second
wrap
one.
it up. All right. Yeah, man. Me too, dog. Me too. Norin Rad, salute. Man, it sucks. Norin Rad just came in and I gotta shut it down, guys. I gotta surrender my computer. So, but we y'all already know we're here 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, always 7 p.m., always live, and always with the good comic book news for you. So today's episode is called Jedi Survivor Review, and I was supposed to review Jedi Survivor. This is the first time I'm mentioning Jedi Survivor. We're an hour and 46 minutes in, so I apologize. Honestly, I did not know Master was coming on the show until you DM me. Like, I didn't know. So that I apologize, everybody. I'm still gonna do the review. I promise. I'm probably just gonna record it and put it out myself. Or we'll do it Saturday. But like I said, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 7 p.m. guys, and I'm really sorry about that. If you came to see that review, I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry, my bad. That's my fault.
No, but listen, we had a phenomenal show. That's why we didn't do the review, because we had a really great show. So if you came in late, rewind it. It was great. Watch it. It's really good. And we'll see you guys Saturday. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.